No matter how much you run or how much weights you lift, you're never going to lose weight if you don't get your diet in check. The same is true about your inner fulfillment. You're constantly chasing the money, the success, the friends, the family. All of these things are external. Every single thing. And because you feel a certain way inside you, because your fulfillment meter is, let's say, half full, you start trying to fill the other half with friends, with family, with religion, even God, money, success, career, all these things to fill that inner cup. But just like working out, no matter how much you freaking lift, no matter how much time you spend in the gym, no matter how many miles you run, all of that will be literally doing nothing for you. I mean, it'll be doing something for you, but it's not going to make you get in shape. If you're eating 6,000 calories and you're just an average height, average size person, you will get fat and get probably obese on 6,000 calories. No matter how much you run, no matter how much you lift, it's not going to get you in shape. It's super inefficient. It's a endless cycle. It's really toxic in nature. The same thing applies to your fulfillment. We don't take care of ourselves mentally and physically. And because of that, whether it's not sleeping well, whether it's not getting enough movement, whether it's not eating right, all of these things contribute to that inner fulfillment meter being dropped. We're born with a certain fulfillment meter. When we're kids, we're always just so happy and naturally so blissed out. Why is that? It's because we're born with a certain fulfillment meter, and that meter is close to the top. Of course, as babies, you have emotions and you might cry and whatever, but on an average, babies are pretty fulfilled creatures. On an average. I'm not trying to speak for every single baby out there. But the moment the baby turns into an adult, they're at the max half as fulfilled. At the max. There's just so much more seriousness that now the person is carrying. There's no playfulness. And that playfulness is a reflection of that inner fulfillment. The reason that happens is because we're just destroying our bodies left and right with drugs, with terrible food, not sleeping. Sleep is so essential. Sleep is literally how you recharge and rest and recover. How do you expect to feel anything good if you're not allowing your body to rest and recharge? It doesn't make sense, does it? That's what the core of you lacking inner fulfillment comes down to. You lack true inner fulfillment because the biggest parts of what makes your fulfillment is how well is your physical and mental health. That is the core. Everything else is like a cherry on top. We're creating a freaking smoothie with terrible fruits, like rotten fruits and like rotten oat milk or whatever you use, almond milk, and then putting like the finest ingredient cinnamon sprinkle on top. But then trying to get that cinnamon sprinkle, we put so much money, effort, energy to get that from Whole Foods, let's say, neglecting that the actual drink itself is shit. If you take care of yourself like shit, you're bound to feel like shit. No matter how much money you get, no matter how many friends you have, no matter what your relationship with God is, you're not going to feel good. How you feel is directly in your hands. It's very simple. Spirituality is so simple. It's coming down to how aware are you of yourself and how well are you taking care of yourself. That's it. And how much do you know about yourself? It's kind of the first point. How well aware are you of yourself? That's it. Very simple. Spirituality is very simple. All these hocus pocus circus topics and tricks that people talk about with Kundalini this and this chakra. Like, do we even know what a chakra is? Like, it's so overused and misused, these terms. Even yoga itself, most people don't even know what yoga is. They just think it's an exercise. That's a whole nother topic. Your fulfillment comes down to the very simple principles of how well are you taking care of your mental health, how well are you taking care of your physical health. Your mental health comes down to two major things, probably three actually. First, what kind of foods you're eating. What you eat will directly affect how you think and how you feel. Science proves this. Secondly, how is your sleep? I've been actually wearing this Oura ring which tracks my deep sleep, my REM sleep, my light sleep, and all these different sleep stages. And it shows that, based on how I sleep, I get a certain amount of REM sleep in. I get a certain amount of deep sleep in. And this is how you're able to track, at least through the app, how well you're actually getting rest. Just because you're sleeping 10 hours doesn't mean you're getting actual rest. Sometimes your rest can be super inefficient. And that can also come down to you eating late, you having bright lights flash in your face through your phone, scrolling super late at night. There's many things that affect it. So quality really matters over quantity when it comes to sleep. But psychologically, how well you're able to process day-to-day things, how resistant are you to trauma, how resistant are you to negative words and negative thoughts, all come down to how well are you rested. And I think it specifically is focused on your REM sleep cycle. Like, how well is your REM cycle progressing? Point of that is, without sleep, you're not going to be able to have a good mental health, and that's just a fact. I'm not even going to go deeper into that. The third thing is meditation. Meditation is also fundamental to your mental health. Meditation, again, people have all these crazy things to describe what meditation is. It's really just sitting still with yourself. And when I say yourself, I mean your thoughts and your feelings. That's all it comes down to. And having some sort of anchor, some sort of way to ground yourself to be able to observe the thoughts and the feelings. Whether that's your breath, whether that's a chant, whatever that is. It's very simple. How aware are you of your thoughts and your feelings? That's what meditation helps you practice. And it's super important that you practice meditation for your mental health, because how you experience life is very much influenced by how you think and how you perceive. And your thoughts and your feelings directly affect how you perceive life. Your relationship to your thoughts and your feelings directly affect how you experience life. And the way you practice observing how you are relating to these thoughts and these feelings happens through meditation. It's a practice that allows you to observe your thoughts and your feelings. And if you want to change your relationship to your thoughts and your feelings, you have to first bring awareness to these thoughts and feelings. In order to bring awareness, you have to meditate. So those three things are very important. Meditation, sleep, and the food that you're eating will directly affect your mental health. For your physical health, they're all kind of connected, to be honest. Really, those three things matter a lot, but also I would say getting morning and evening sunlight, that really helps to set that circadian rhythm for your body, helps you sleep better, helps you stay more active, stay more energized throughout the day. That makes a big difference. It's made a big difference in my life. Secondly, movement. Again, this kind of connects to mental health too, but what kind of movement are you getting? Are you walking, as much as possible? At least 10,000 steps, I think, is a bare minimum for every human being. Doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're a woman or a man, 10,000 steps. And are you lifting weights? Lifting weights is also very good for both physical health and mental health. These things will significantly help improve your fulfillment cup. And the reason for that is because your fulfillment cup is inside you. It's nowhere else. It's truly inside you. At least, and obviously these numbers are really just, being used to get the point across, but the majority, if not like 80 to 90% of your fulfillment will come down to these things. Only then after that will money, success, God, friends, family. I know research does talk about the importance of like connecting with other people and how important that is. I think that's important to an extent, but I think how well you take care of yourself is even more important. So your fulfillment is in your hands. I mean, people like to travel and, you know, do some crazy drugs or whatever things to like find their inner fulfillment. Just before you do anything crazy, just check in with yourself. How well are you sleeping? What kind of foods are you eating? Are you moving? Are you meditating? Are you getting morning and evening sunlight? And then are you sleeping well? It's very simple. It's just these few things that if you can really dial in, you will feel very fulfilled. You won't be chasing fulfillment endlessly in a toxic way with things like money, things like people, all these other things. It's never going to truly ever fulfill you. That's the thing. They all give you quick hits. Like if you know, let's say get a nice little paycheck, you might get that hit of fulfillment, but it just quickly goes back down. It's not sustainable. It's not. I mean, tell me from your own experience. Reflect on it. Your health, both physical and mental, is what makes up most of that inner fulfillment. So please, focus on your health first before you search for anything outside you for your fulfillment. You got this. Stay conscious.